Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking a look at the interrogation of this guy right here. His name is Justin. I'm not sure his last name, and I'm not sure. I just started watching this. It seemed interesting. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but I think what happened is this guy had left a note in a library, in either a library or a section of the library that was frequented by underage people. He left some kind of note with his phone number to call him to engage in, we'll just say, illegal activities. And I think it was a sting. Someone found it, the police found it, and arranged a meeting with a underage decoy, and this guy showed up. Pretty sure that's what's happening, but we'll get clarification on that. We can watch it together, and let's go.
How did he get that?
Right off the bat, I'm not sure what he's. Is he pointing at the Kleenex? How did you get a Kleenex box? Or is it this pad of paper? Is this like paper here or something that has evidence? I don't know what he means.
So we can, so we'll go over this. So basically, this is what led us here. Okay, we were contacted by the library because a couple kids made them aware of this note that they found in the bathroom. Okay. They advised us they had some concerns regarding the nature behind the note, as it's clearly sexual in nature. Okay, it's pretty obvious what it's for.
Can I explain that?
Yeah.
Kind of why you're here. You probably shouldn't explain it without a lawyer, but go ahead.
So,
yeah, explain why you left this disturbing note in the bathroom at a place frequented by children.
there was a guy completely of age that I gave that, or I put that note under the windshield wiper in his car because I was too chicken to talk to him. And
Then why does it say 18 years or older on it if you put it on his car?
Just like instantly totally blows away this guy's stupid excuse. Yeah, why would it say 18 and over? If this was a particular guy who was 18 or over, like if you were trying to pursue one particular person, first of all, leaving a note on their car is like the most cowardly way to get a date. But if you're doing that, you wouldn't put on there, you must be 18 or over. Like, that seems not like what happened.
just in case somebody else found it.
What? So you're trying to pursue this one particular person, but the note you leave for that one person, you put information in there that you're also interested in anyone else. Yeah, boy, way to make someone feel special. Someone leaves someone's interested in you romantically, and they just write you this this beautiful love letter, and they leave it on your car. But then they put in there, in case anyone else finds this, I'm totally down to get freaky too. Like, what the hell's he talking about? He clearly was looking for anyone to respond, and even though he wrote 18 and over on there, he left it in an area where children were very likely to find it.
Okay. And how would it end up posted up in a?
That's what I'm wondering. Is it was in the bathroom? Was it in the garbage?
No. And
No, the kids did not go rooting around in the garbage and just in the chance that there might be an interesting note to find in there.
so there's more to it because the kids who found it also called. They told us they called the number on the phone. And they
Yeah,
talked,
I did get a
talked
call.
to you.
I did get a call from somebody, and I asked them to throw it away.
Okay. So, the fast forward, right? Some County Library staff, kids are handing them this note.
Yeah.
They're being told it's posted up in the bathroom. They have concerns because their establishment is primarily frequented by juveniles. It's right down the street from the school. Two schools, an elementary and high school.
Well, gotta hand it to this guy for picking a novel way of doing this. Pretty much every guy that I cover on this channel just uses the internet to reach out to try to find underage people to prey on. This guy did a in real life method and went to a library and left a note. Still got busted. It's still a super creepy way to do it, but it's different.
All right, and so that's when Sergeant Boyd first got it, and he wanted to vent out if it was something no harm intended, as written, or if there was something more to be concerned about. And so that's when the text messages started. Okay, and he clearly announced himself as a 15-year-old. So why at that point did you not?
Okay, yeah, so that is what happened. They found this note, even though it said 18 plus. I guess those bratty kids called the number just to dick around with this guy, just to mess with his head. And then once the kids reported it to the librarians or whatever, librarians called the cops. The cops called that number pretending to be an underage person, like in a sting, like a decoy in a sting. And apparently this guy was more than willing to show up and meet this person.
Stop communication.
And is it just me, or does from the side, does this suspect here, the guy on the left, look like Adrian Brody?
Well,
at least from the profile.
it's kind of like, I should have. You're absolutely right. But in my mind, I was thinking, okay, here's a kid that...
In your mind, you're thinking, he's a kid. Well, if that's what you're thinking, you shouldn't be talking to him. There's no way you can end the sentence in any way that's going to be anything that could be considered a defense. Yeah, he can't. He's just like, honestly, then he's just like, shit. This doesn't look good.
I don't know what.
And again, for people who are new to this channel, I'm going to be starting and stopping this a lot. So if you want to watch this without my commentary, it is on another couple channels, so you can watch it there. But if you want to hear me talk about this and give my opinion and inject some of my thoughts into it, then by all means, let's continue. And thanks for watching.
I was thinking, I thought that it might be nice for him to like have somebody to talk to.
Yep, and who you want your kid talking to is the kind of creep that leaves notes in the bathroom at a public library for dudes to call him. Yeah, that's the kind of guy you want talking to your kid. He's gonna really set him straight and give him some guidance in life. I just covered another guy, that football coach. I'm not sure which video is gonna go up first. Probably the football coach one, but that guy too was claiming that, oh yeah, he's just trying to help, give these underage people guidance. You're just a strange man. You don't know this kid. You don't know the family. It's doubtful you've done anything in your life that would make you a good person to be giving guidance to anyone. Like, they try to pretend like not only are they not a predator, but they're actually a positive influence on this random child that they met over a phone number in the bathroom.
And just so that I could give him reassurance about, that it's okay to be that way.
To be the kind of person that meets people for hookups in the bathroom? What are you talking about? Why do you have some sort of special knowledge about this? Like, why you? These people could have other trusted people that have been vetted, people, organizations where they've at least tried to root out the kind of people that do this kind of shit. There's counselors, there's all sorts of other people that can have a positive influence. These kids can have friends and other people that they can talk to. They don't need some weird old man talking to them.
And at that point in it, I didn't know how he had even got my phone number. Like, I was just assuming that maybe he got it off of like Facebook or something because it's on my wall. But
don't you think that's an odd statement, Justin? And I'm not trying to be mean here. You clearly weren't even curious about where he got your phone number.
Well,
so that
yeah, that's kind of a point. If you just get a call from some random person, it's like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, you want to meet up? Yeah, sure. Wouldn't you be like, okay, who are you? How did you get my number? What's going on here? Wouldn't you be suspicious? I think most getting a phone call from anyone that you're not expecting a call from is kind of suspicious these days. Like pretty much every call, I don't know what it's like for everyone else. Seems like every call I get that isn't my girlfriend or my parents is some kind of a scam or just spam, some sort of bullshit. So if you just get a call from some random person, you are unlikely to answer rather than it just seems weird to strike up a conversation with them. I think you'd want to know, who is this? Is this a setup? Am I being catfished? Or but like is this some sort of bullshit going on? The fact that he didn't means that he knows exactly how they got his number and exactly what they want to do with him.
Tells me that you know where the note was left, and that it
No,
was.
no, that's not at all.
You see how this looks?
I do see how it looks, and
The note's posted up in a bathroom at the library, and then you get text messages.
that mortifies me to
From,
death.
you get text messages from an unknown person who says they're 15 years old, and you just communicate with them. Like,
Yeah, this is like without a thought. It's like that's those are the actions of a predator.
as if you're like, hey, when people,
Yeah.
when a reasonable person gets a text message from somebody, they're like, who's this? How'd you get my number?
Yeah, exactly.
But you
If you call or text someone, you get the wrong number, and you say something to them. If they don't know you, even if they do know you and they just like forgot or something, they usually respond with, "Who's this?" They don't just start talking.
didn't. You just continued communicating.
Well, my thought process was basically it was.
There's no way to justify this. So, you don't have to. You don't have to talk. I'm sure they've already read his rights. It wasn't in this video, but obviously they did because they're not going to question him without doing that. But you're in trouble. So like there's no defense for this. By the time they arrest you, when you get caught in a sting, you're being charged. You're not going to be able to talk your way out of a charge because they have all your communications. So like you're kind of fucked. So there's no way in trying to justify it, especially when there's no justification. You're just gonna ramble and sigh and say, "Well, okay, like this, this." He's trying to obviously think of a way to talk his way out of this while he's going, and it's too hard to do.
I don't even know. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Well,
I was just trying to be like.
and you have to admit some of the things you messaged were a
And
little concerning.
there was a couple
Right.
things that I did say, but I was just trying to I was just trying to tell him like about one of my experiences when I was first getting started, when I was young, when I was his age.
Mhm.
You don't need to I'm assuming he's talking about his sexual experiences. You don't, whether you're gay or straight, you don't need to talk about that kind of thing with a minor. Even if you're trying to relate to them, even if you're if you're their coach or their teacher, someone, uncle, anyone, just anyone, and you're trying to have a positive influence in this young person's life, you don't need to have a graphic description of your early sexual experiences. That is absolutely so inappropriate. How could he thinks he's like trying to relate? The fuck is he talking about?
And just to kind of make him feel comfortable. And then,
Okay, he's probably going to feel more uncomfortable hearing an adult that he just met talking about this kind of stuff when they just started talking. This is the first conversation. This isn't when they've like built up trust, they've gotten to know each other, and then they kind of, he starts to dip his toe into things like this, which he shouldn't do anyway, obviously. This is just like right off the bat. He just immediately jumped into sex talk, like all these guys do. He's lying. He wasn't doing this to benefit the other person. He was doing it because it turned him on. That's what he wanted.
so that he could talk to me, and if he wanted to. But it wasn't like.
It's been a long time since I was a teenager, but at the time, and I have the feeling it's still the same way, most of them would feel deeply uncomfortable having an adult they just met talking about this kind of stuff with them. I think that's probably true.
I was going
And even if it's not, the adults should not be doing it anyway, because you're not allowed to have that kind of conversation with someone of that age.
to engage with a child. It was more, I was just,
You say that.
He can't even finish his sentence. He's like, I was not intending to do this bad. Anything bad? What I was intending to do was, and then he just like trails off because he can't even think of a way to finish that thought.
you know,
But after 15-year-old being brought up that the kid's 15, you're sending questions like, what excites you? Now let's really think about this. If you were truly just interested in counseling this kid, because maybe you do connect with them, right? I can see where you're coming from, especially given the story you shared.
yeah.
But if you're really connecting with them and you just meant it as a counseling opportunity, why would you say it like that? Why would you phrase?
And why is it that these guys that claim that we've heard it before, all sorts of guys on Takedown and on TCAP that claim that they were coming over there to help, to set the person straight and make sure they were doing okay, and be like a mentor to them. Yet the only thing they talk about is sex. There are problems that teenagers go through that don't just involve that one topic. They have all sorts of other problems going on in life that if you're trying to help them, you could help with. You could even ask them, what's going on with your life? Anything giving you trouble? Anything you need help with? They don't even ask that. They just immediately jump into sex talk, and that's it. And very graphic stuff at that. That's all they talk about. So they only want to help the teen with that one problem that the teen didn't even mention was a problem to begin with. Like, obviously they're lying, but it's just so stupid. I hate it when these guys, like, they're just such vile, despicable predators, but they're trying to defend themselves that, no, not only are they not a predator, they're actually good guys. They're actually heroes. They're actually more righteous and heroic and good than the rest of us. They're out there actively trying to help young people. It's like, how arrogant to think that. Like, yeah, it makes me extra mad when they just think that they're doing something good.
It like that?
Well,
And can you see why that's concerning?
well, I can, but it's out of context. The context that I meant it was, I was just trying to open the door for him to tell me, okay, are you feminine? Are you gonna be,
Why do you have to open the door to that topic by saying a bunch of dirty, disgusting, inappropriate, illegal stuff? If that's what you wanted to discuss, you could have just asked him in an appropriate way, which there isn't, because you're a strange weirdo who we met from a phone number in the bathroom. But that aside, just ask them. Don't try to trick them into something. There is no reason. Like, we already have, like, ways. There's, like, sex ed in school. There's ways that underage people can learn this type of stuff. This is how they learn. It's been around, but done that way forever. Not forever, but they're taught these things. No, society and parents don't rely on strange men that people meet somehow to be the ones teaching their children about this kind of stuff.
a transgender, or are you thinking you're a female in a male's body? Are you?
And again, if this person is really going through those kind of troubles, they're probably struggling. They're probably they're trying to deal with this. It's probably weighing on them. It's probably a hard time they're going through. And this guy pretends he's there to help, when in actuality he couldn't care less about that. All he cares about is what he wants to do to them. He just wants to assault them. That's it. He just wants to get pleasure out of them, and then that's it. He couldn't care less about whether they're struggling.
Do you know your place, as far your place in the realm?
Well, we know that wasn't the path, right? Because of the subject of blue. We've read through the entire message thread, right? We know everything. This isn't us trying to piece things together. We know the whole message.
Well, yeah.
We could sit here and read it
Yeah, absolutely.
if we wanted to. Okay? So, and here's the rest. It's not like you have, in fact, met up with a child, right?
Right.
Right? There's no kid there. You haven't physically touched a child or done anything like that. The goal of our investigation was preemptive. We wanted to figure out what was going on before something like that happened.
Right.
And there was a victim. And then if you are going through some stuff and need some counseling regarding some concerning urges you may be having,
No,
that's what
I think they're leaving that avenue open. If you need counseling to help deal with this, so he's like, oh yeah, I need counseling, and then he'll admit to everything. It's like, sure, you can get counseling while you're in prison. He's just like all the other guys. Yeah, maybe he didn't actually harm a real person because it was a decoy, but same with all the other TCAP guys. It's all like that. Thing is, they intended to do it. And if he's leaving the note in the bathroom, those real boys actually called him. Like, obviously as a joke, and he didn't actually meet with them. But who knows what could have happened? What if they met up with him as a joke and all of a sudden he got them in his car or something? Like, who knows where it could have gone? There's no good that could have come of that situation. So yeah, he's still a predator even though he didn't actually do it. He tried to do it.
that's what we need to figure out.
Absolutely. There's no way I would ever do anything with a child. Like,
then why didn't you leave your note in a place where, first of all, that's the worst way to do it, but whatever. Leave it in a place where adults go. Why not put it in like a gay bar or something? Wouldn't that be a place where you could find definite adults that might be interested? He purposely chose a place frequented by kids.
So if that's the case, then why the communication that you sent,
well,
knowing that this person was 15 years old?
well, and at a certain point, I did start feeling like, I need to back off of it because this is if his parents were to find this or whatever,
Or the cops.
it would not look right, and so I kind of eased back.
Yeah, he's not worried about it looking right. He's worried about the kid's parents finding it and them calling the police, which is how a lot of these guys get caught. Which is just another reason why, like, obviously you shouldn't do this to begin with at all. You shouldn't be chatting with minors at all. But these guys, like, they're just taking such a huge risk. Because if you're talking with another adult, like if you're having an affair with a married man, a married woman, that person's an adult. They have every right to keep their phone secret or delete the messages if they want. Like they have control over the device, and usually they're intelligent enough to hide it from whoever they want to hide it from. An underage person does not have those rights. The parents could be like, give me your phone right now. I want to see who you're talking to. They could just take it away. And they're going to look at it. And so many people get busted. So many of these teachers that get caught. That's how it happens. Is the parents look at the phone. What the hell? You've been talking to this adult person. And they call the police. So this guy was aware enough of that to know it was a problem. But not aware enough to stop talking to the person. He just kept doing it.
But then,
So you noticed, you knew yourself that it didn't look right.
yeah, I knew that it was on paper. It absolutely did not look right.
Right. And that's why we're here.
Yeah. And then I got the message saying wanted to meet, and I was like, and I was getting ready to go to St. Vincent de Paul, and I was gonna, if he wanted to, I was gonna invite him to come with me to St. Vincent de Paul, because I'm looking for stuff I'm gonna tie-dye later with my family, but.
So I didn't hear where they were going, but some place, some town, or whatever the hell he just said. But isn't taking a minor away without their parents or anyone being aware where they are, isn't that kidnapping? You're not allowed to just have minors get in your car when no one knows where they are and drive off to some other place. You You can't have them in your car at all. You can't meet up with them. We've seen these kind of stings play out in different ways. Sometimes they try to meet up in parks or motel rooms or whatever it is. It's absolutely wrong. This one's just a slightly different variation on the thing we've seen 1,000 times. He's just another predator trying to defend himself in a situation that is indefensible.
And that would just give us a chance to walk around and talk and
then what? You weren't just going to walk around and talk.
Because that's the impression that I got, was that he just wanted somebody that he could talk to about it.
The thing is, you're the grown man, he's the underage person. You're just smarter and older and wiser than him. You would have manipulated the situation to get what you want. There's no way, maybe you would have talked a little bit. You would have just done everything you wanted to do, and there's nothing you could do about it, especially if you drove him to some other location where he's just away from everyone he knows and any familiar landmark. He's just in some other place where he doesn't really know where he is. He doesn't know how to get back. He's relying on you for the ride. He's completely isolated. No one knows where he is. Children go missing in situations like that all the time. It's very, very scary, and it's because people like this kidnap them.
He's just figuring.
I'm not saying that's what this guy would have done. I don't know. But you can't be in that situation to begin with at all.
It out and da-da-da-da-da, but this is nuts.
So, right before we pulled up behind you, you sent the message. Don't you think there's too many people around?
Right.
I believed he was up at the park.
Yeah, in my day we called those witnesses. That's what he didn't want. He didn't want witnesses around seeing this young person get in the car. Because clearly he had bad intent.
Right.
If your intention was just to talk with him, why would you be concerned about people being around?
Well, I wasn't really concerned for me, but
Why would you be concerned for him? These guys just think they're just such good people. I was concerned about him. Like Lauren. I didn't want her to get in trouble with her parents. You couldn't care less about this person. You just didn't want to get caught. So stop trying to pretend that you were concerned about them.
I don't know. Because I knew also that it would look strange.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I'm sure that it does, actually.
And just to go back on the fact that you just said that the person you were communicating with just wanted to meet up with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know that you were the one that wanted to meet up with the 15-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he already knew that. We already knew that. These stings generally work the same way. It's the predator reaches out first. The predator brings up sex. The predator brings up the idea of meeting. There's no doubt. These police, they're not stupid. The fact is, you wanted to meet. So they always try to turn it around. Oh, he just wanted to meet up and talk. No, he never said anything about that. You talked about meeting up, and it wasn't just a talk.
You're the one that very first said, "Can we meet up? What are you doing right now?"
Well, I think
He was just really, really anxious to help this young boy.
at that point I hadn't registered that I was talking to a child.
How did it not register? You saw their name. As long as you know your numbers 1 through 9, you should be able to recognize the number 15 that was clearly and blatantly stated. So you knew damn right well what his age was. How long does it take to register? There's no law that says once you tell the age, it takes the predator up to 24 hours to register. During that time, it can't be expected that they know the age. That is ridiculous. The second you saw that number 15, you knew his age.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I won't give him that. What the hell are you talking about?
But then you ask how old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a bit different. If the detective hadn't said the age yet, that's okay. That's a different story because then he didn't know. Anything he says that's inappropriate after he knows the age, then that's a different story.
Clearly, he says he's 15,
Yeah.
and then you continue on the conversation.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I wasn't like.
Talking about what
You weren't like what? This guy just keeps starting a thought and then not ending it. He's like, yeah, but, and then just doesn't finish it because there's no defense.
excites you, those types of things, and then things, and then you start talking about sexual things in nature.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, that's what I explained because he was. The impression that I got was that he was looking for an outlet where he could talk, and so I was trying to open that door.
The outlet where he could talk would be to his own friends or professional counselors or people like that. I've already said it a dozen times, but I got to say it again. It's not just a random creepy man that he meets somewhere.
And I was to talk about things on a real level, so that he would feel more comfortable and he could talk if he wanted to. Like,
And then again, Justin, too, we need to get to the bottom of this because I'm telling you right now, this doesn't look good for you. Okay?
I know.
Secondly,
it doesn't look good.
you need to be honest with us and
Right.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay? That note you strategically left because you didn't even question some strange phone number texting you. You didn't even question it.
No, the reason why was because I had gotten a call before, a couple days before that,
Okay?
and somebody said they found that they got my phone number at the library, and then
Not to mention, if you're using this method to meet people, just finding random notes in bathrooms and calling the person, for both sides of it, the person leaving the note and the person finding it, is there like a picture attached to it? How do you know what this person looks like? I would imagine that most people that leave notes in bathrooms are probably pretty gross looking. I just wouldn't want to meet up with them. This sounds like a bad idea all around, even if you discount the whole minors side of it. This whole thing just seems kind of gross, and the fact that this person was underage just makes it worse.
I was mortified, and I asked them to throw it away, and then so a couple days later, and I get this other call, and I don't know.
Again, he's not even. He just tells like half a story and then it just peters out.
I just.
You know this doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't make sense. Like I asked those people to throw it away. So
like whatever the hell he's talking about, like different people called him, he asked them to throw it away, blah blah blah, whatever. It doesn't matter. The fact is that someone stating themselves to be a 15-year-old reached out to him, and he talked to them, said inappropriate illegal things, and then went to meet them. That's all we need. That's pretty sure they can prosecute you just based on that. It doesn't matter what happened before that.
So and then when I got the call or the message from the boy, like it didn't even register that it was the note that the other person found in the bathroom.
How else would random people get your phone number?
You didn't?
It didn't register, no.
So
It says.
I must have missed that in the message.
Good.
So you're sticking with that you left this note on under the windshield of someone's car?
Yeah.
Okay, who?
Yeah, and like I don't believe that for a second, but maybe it is true. Maybe he did put this under the windshield of someone's car. Who cares? Fact of the matter is that he tried to meet up with a 15-year-old that called that number. It doesn't matter where the note came from. Even if the young person that called him, if it was a wrong number, maybe they were trying to call a friend of theirs, they were one number off, they dialed him by mistake. He still tried to meet up with them after knowing their age. So what are we talking about? Who cares what happened before, what he intended, any of that? He tried to meet up with the underage person.
I don't know what their name is.
Okay.
It was just somebody when I went to go I go walking on the bike path. I walk the bridges occasionally, and there was somebody over at the Kiwanis Park in the parking lot, and I was talking to him for a minute, and then I was too chicken to say something to him, so I hurried up and wrote down a message and put it under the windshield of his car.
At Kiwanis Park.
Yeah.
Like this is just like a separate story to what happened. Yeah, maybe this is true, maybe not. Doesn't matter. You tried to meet the 15-year-old. Who cares about some other guy? This is no better than I was just I was just going fishing. I was on my way to the beach. It's like, so maybe you were, but you're still here doing this illegal thing.
Just a little bit ago, you told us it was at the library.
No, I did. I did not put a note in the bathroom at the library. I would not do that.
So how did it get there? You're telling me that this guy found the note on his windshield and took it there? Or he took it off his windshield, threw it on the ground, and someone else came and took it and brought it to the library and then left it there? Either one of those cases doesn't matter because you still got a call from a 15-year-old and talked to them and went to meet them.
Put it on his windshield at the library.
No, I didn't say it was at the library.
I'm pretty sure that's what you just said.
No.
Maybe I misunderstood you.
I think you misunderstood
Because I didn't say anything about Kiwanis Park.
Well, I didn't say where when I told you about leaving it under on his windshield wiper. I didn't say where it was.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is all being recorded, so we can go back and check that.
Absolutely.
So I guess the real question, Justin, is at this point is when the text came in and said when you asked how old you are and how tall you are, and he said 5'9" and 15 years old. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you continue to communicate? If you're looking for somebody that's
Yeah. Ignore all the bullshit you just said. Answer this question.
18 years old.
Well, like I said, when I was talking to the kid, it didn't register in my mind that he was calling from a note that he found in a bathroom.
It doesn't matter where he's calling from. If he's calling from the fucking moon, he's still 15. You're not allowed to talk to him. What do you mean? It doesn't matter. He said that the age didn't register with him. Where he's calling from didn't register. Nothing needs to register. Someone calls you, says they're 15. You just stop talking to them. They're a stranger. You have no obligation to say anything to them. This isn't someone you know or have some connection to. Just hang up.
He says clearly that he found it at the library.
Well, I must have missed that in the messages.
And then you just keep on texting. You don't even question. You don't even question the fact of where did you get my number, who is this, or anything. You just continue on in about how tall are you and what are you doing right now? You want to meet up?
Yeah, that is very, very suspicious, and it really, really shows your intent.
Yeah.
You see how this looks, Justin? Doesn't look good.
I mean, this is your opportunity to tell me what you're thinking.
And I know
On a side note, is this a very wealthy police department? And a lot of the other interrogations we see for Kleenex, they just have like a roll of toilet paper. These guys have like a fancy little green box there. They got some money.
And I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm telling you everything as far as I can see it. And
So you're saying that note was left on somebody's car at Kiwanis Park,
yeah,
and then when this 15-year-old boy starts texting you and says he found your note at the library, and you just continue on with your conversation like nothing ever happened, and you had no clue of
you're right. I should
what's
have.
going on.
I should have.
You just how old are you? How tall are you? What do you look like? And then you just evolve it right into other things.
I understand.
What are you going to say for yourself on
I
that?
understand what you're saying. Like,
And why did you not stop the conversation when he said he was 15?
I absolutely should have.
Did you
Yeah.
think there was going to be
When I'm
something
looking-
more here?
No. When I'm looking at it now, I absolutely should have.
And this thing too, if what you were saying about wanting to help this person be a mentor and all that, if that was true, what does it matter how tall they are and what they look like? How do their body stats reflect that at all? Clearly, you were not looking to help them. You just wanted them physically.
Just told the kid it's great that it is what it is, that whatever is whatever, but I'm
Holy shit, this guy can't even get a thought out. It is what it is, whatever. What?
sure you can find somebody that's your age that you can talk to about this.
But
But
you didn't. You
But
kept
I
talking.
didn't.
You asked about meeting up to go for a walk to talk to him about what excites him. Right? You're not. You're
No,
not
it's
saying
not.
let's go talk about what you're feeling or how you feel like your life's changing. You say let's go walk and talk about what excites you. You're sending stories, explicit stories, about experiences you had at his age, sexual in nature. During one story, you even specifically talk about how you had to keep it a secret and how
Right.
it was amazing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
because that story was the second time that I was ever with a man, and I was almost 18, but I was 17 years old.
So? Why are you telling this to a minor?
And I had to keep it a secret, and that made it exciting.
And
That made it exciting. It makes you a predator. You're basically telling him that because you want to be able to do what you want to this young person and not have them tell on you because you don't want to go to jail. So you're trying to frame it as it's exciting to keep this a secret when in fact it's going to be deeply traumatizing to them to have to keep this secret. And probably sooner or later, thank God this was a decoy, not a real person, but that it would have had very negative consequences on their life. And if this guy's trying to pretend like, oh, he loved this when he was that age and he was, slightly underage doing this with a man, clearly, I don't know if it warped him or not, but he's not exactly a good person because he's out there doing this kind of thing, and we need to stop this kind of thing. So maybe adults should just stop victimizing youngsters altogether instead of just perpetuating this kind of abuse constantly. Maybe you should just stop doing it.
exactly, it made it exciting. It made it exciting for you, correct?
Right.
And you are now, as an adult male, telling this to a juvenile child.
Right.
Okay?
You're absolutely right. I should not have told.
It's always funny when the guys kind of just give up. They realize it's futile to try to defend themselves. So they're like, you're absolutely right. I admit that I'm wrong. They're hoping that that'll be the end of it. It's like, okay, as long as you know it's wrong, you're free to go now. Just don't do it again. It's like, no, by saying that, you're kind of just admitting guilt and you're not getting out of this.
A story like that to a kid, but
And then shortly after that, it didn't happen, but you agreed to meet up with him the next day when he skipped out on school.
yeah, but I didn't, and I had other stuff. I had other stuff going on, and
That's your excuse? I couldn't do it because I had other stuff going on.
this is nuts, you guys. But I get it. I get it though.
Well, like Detective Bennett said, our primary goal here was to make sure we didn't have somebody that was out there preying upon juveniles.
Right.
That's exactly what you have.
Preying upon kids.
Right.
That was our main goal. Right?
Yeah.
When we sent the messages, our main goal was, who is this person and what are they do? What are they up to? And then when you're straight out of the gate, how tall are you and what's your age? And we say 15, and you don't even balk at it. You just continue communicating.
Well,
it's like, well, maybe we do.
Well, it was when he told me that he was 15. I was like, okay, well, there's no harm in having a conversation, but
There is harm in having a conversation. There's great harm. That's why it's not allowed. That's why you're trying to get him to keep it a secret. That's why his parents didn't know about it. That's why all these guys are like, delete your archives, delete the messages, don't let anyone find out about this. All these predators would be mortified if the children's parents found out, because they would call the cops and the predator would get in trouble.
It's
Okay.
called communicating with a minor for immoral purposes.
right.
Do you think the conversation you had with him is moral?
Well, I mean,
To a 15-year-old, do you think that conversation's moral? To a kid that you don't even know?
the stories that I talked about, that was inappropriate. I should
Right.
not have said those things.
Because it's
I should not have-
immoral.
But in my mind, like I wasn't. I was just trying to make him feel comfortable so that he could talk openly, and
Then why didn't you just keep it as a phone conversation? If you really wanted to help, you could have just had a phone call, discussed everything. Still would have been weird and possibly illegal. But you could have just left it at that and just talked, asked if he needed any help, helped him with anything, keep it at arm's length. But you didn't. You just asked him what he looked like, how tall he was, and what he got a physical description, and you immediately wanted to meet up with him after saying inappropriate sexual things. So it was not just talking. Parents have to worry because kids get abducted all the time. It's a very frightening thing that unfortunately happens. And it happens usually because their child is either taken away or is led away or goes with a grown man. That's how it happens. So if you're a grown man and you're trying to meet up with this child and take him somewhere, anywhere, whatever your excuse is that you're just going to talk, that's how these abductions happen. That's why all of society are trying to stop this kind of thing. The police are actively trying to stop this. And this guy's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I was trying to help. Bullshit.
And so if you had a 15-year-old son or a daughter and child, we'll just say child, and you had somebody communicating just like you did with this one, would you be okay with that?
well, I mean, I would.
No, be honest with yourself.
I would be probably upset.
Yeah.
You don't have to be honest with yourself because you're delusional. Just be honest with us and the cops.
Yeah.
And I would hope that my kids could talk to me about
To
stuff
you,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
And not to some stranger.
Right.
So it's upsetting.
I'm not gonna lie. I would be upset if my kid was having a conversation like that with an adult
Yeah.
without.
Is this guy stoned or is he just tired? He gets halfway through his thought and then just it ends.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Justin, we're just here because we want you to be honest with us.
I understand.
Okay? Something else you need to consider. We are going to be seizing your phone because it was used as part of the investigation. If we serve a search warrant on that phone to check the messages on it, which we typically do in these types of investigations, are we going to find other communications with anyone else like this?
With
Specifically
with minors, absolutely not. We will absolutely not find anything else with any other minor, not even remotely.
And like, okay, I mean, maybe that's true, maybe not. But if it is, you still did it this time. You're not allowed to do it one time. So he's still guilty this time.
Pictures,
Well, I guess technically he's innocent until proven guilty, but yeah, you know what I mean.
videos, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. That's honestly our main goal here, is we want to make sure we don't have a child predator that was out there trying to lure kids in.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
exactly what you have.
I totally get what you guys are saying.
Well, we just wanted to get ahead of it because there's a difference from somebody who is maybe feeling tempted and us stopping it before anything happens. There's a difference between that person and the predator that's out there continuously.
Yeah. Like, I swear to you that, like, I would never do anything with a kid.
I would never do this thing I was caught red-handed doing.
I would never. And as far as my phone goes, go ahead and look through. There's all kinds of stuff on there, but nothing with kids.
What about if this would have went through and a 15-year-old would have met up and say he wanted something more today? What would have been your? Would you have been tempted?
I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have. Not even have let it go there.
Okay.
Justin, so since you feel pretty confident that there's nothing on your phone, what's the if we do decide to move forward with search warrant, what's the passcode for your phone?
I'm gonna edit out his password there, although I don't think it's necessary, because what are the odds that someone listening to this is gonna somehow get their hands on this guy's phone?
That just helps us get it done faster so you can have your phone back is all it does.
Faster, and then we don't have to have our electronics guy try to crack it.
I am gonna miss my phone, but if you guys look into my phone, it's gonna help things look better. Then absolutely go look through my phone. No, I don't have anything to hide.
Okay. Appreciate
Well, I mean, you might see some things in there that I'm not proud of, but
Well, we're not here to judge your
Like
lifestyle.
criminals?
We're just
like criminal stuff or?
no.
Oh, okay.
Just like I would be too embarrassed to tell you guys.
Okay.
But you'll see if you look through my phone.
All right. Well, we're not here to judge. We don't care about that stuff. We're here about criminal activity is all. So that's not part of our business.
so 6972. Okay. I don't think I have.
Anything more? I appreciate you talking with us.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to explain.
No, you don't appreciate it. You're getting interrogated. This isn't a chance to tell your side of the story. That's just the lie the police tell to get you to speak.
My side.
Okay. So just know that you're still going to have to see a judge tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay. On this, you'll have to go over to the jail and get booked in and see a judge in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. And then from there, the judge will either let you out or put you on bail or whatever. That's up to them at that point, not us.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, well, stop it there. So yeah, I guess that was an okay one. So yeah, let me know if there's any other predators you want me to cover and any other sting or any other interrogations you want me to cover. If you want to help support me by signing up for my Patreon, I have a whole lot of videos over there, like 170 of them. I do all the takedown with Chris Hansen and a whole bunch of other ones that I don't do here on YouTube. So if you want to help support me, feel free to do that. And I appreciate everyone watching, and I'll see you next time.